With us now is a Republican congressman from the state of South Carolina, Ralph Norman, and it's good to see you, Congressman Norman. I think, this is where we are. I mean, you have accusations of racism on one side and the other side coming back, and the bottom line is we're heading into this deadline, and we don't have any deal on immigration, which seems to be what's holding us up in terms of avoiding a government shutdown. From where you sit, or in this case stand, where do you think, or how do you think this all comes down?
Well, the interesting thing is to even have the discussion about DACA in a spending bill. The president has laid out March 5th as the timeline for coming up with a reasonable solution for DACA. I think it just shows in the big picture, the Democrats don't want to do a deal. They want to shut the government down, and they're using this racist thing on President Trump to accomplish their goal, which I think is wrong. It's putting the country in a situation that I'm shocked that they're willing to do that, but that's the ulterior motive. I mean, when have you seen the press highlight one word, and he's not even a word that's been verified by the president or the people around him other than Senator Durbin? Okay, so let's say that you're right there, and then we head up till midnight Friday, and Saturday morning comes around and we do have a partial government shutdown. As I said to one of President Trump's former advisors, David Bossie, who was on with us a few minutes ago, it's a unified government here. Republicans have the White House, the House, and the Senate. So conventional wisdom is, boy, you guys could take the blame for this. Would you argue otherwise? Well, no, I think we're going to hopefully come up with a solution. But, DACA is a subject that ought to be not tied to the shutting down the government. It's two separate issues. We've got time to make something that's reasonable. And I think the Democrats just want to use that as leverage to get what they want. And it's two separate issues. But to not fund the military and to shut vital things of the government down is not right, and it shouldn't be a part of the discussion. And I hate that it is. And I hate the media, other than Fox News, is a willing accomplice, because it's been nonstop, particularly on the issue of the one word that they claim the president used. All right, I have another issue for you here. The radio host, Mark Levin, gets a reaction to some of his comments, saying that all of the accusations against the president essentially are things that the critics want to be true. I have listen to Mark Levin for a moment, and then we can come back and talk about it. Here he is.
For months before that, we're told he's colluding with the Russians. Today, we're told he's a racist. What happened to that author, Michael Wolff? 3 days ago, he was the in thing. Now he's gone. Now we're on to something new, because a known liar, Dick Durbin, leaves a confidential meeting with the president and other senators. He's relied on by the media because they want to rely on him, just like they wanted to rely on that author. They want to push this president out. They talk about the 25th Amendment. They talk about impeachment.
All right. What do you think of that, Congressman? Because, we have a stock market today. We talked about it. It pulled back a little bit, but essentially at record highs. We have an economy that, by all measures, seems to be performing well. But are these attacks working? I mean, the president is still quite unpopular despite those things that I talked about. What do you make of this environment? Well, I think Mark Levin is right. And name me one positive attribute that, like I say, other than Fox, the media has come up with. It's always been a constant stream of negativity. And look at the good things that's happened. I mean, look at the tax bill that we passed that hasn't been passed in 31 years. Look at the opening up ANWR for energy superiority. So many great things, stock market, jobs, housing starts, and it's just a diversion that the Democrats want to use. I don't think it's working. I don't believe the polls. I know in South Carolina we had 125,000 new voters that came out, and I can tell you in the 5th District he's still popular. And the media at some point ought to realize the voters get what the ulterior motive is, and that's to discredit this president and make him something that he's not. It's interesting you say you don't believe the polls, because Gallup came out with a number today. The president's first-year approval at 39%, lower than any other first-year president, even with all those things you pointed out. So I guess we'll see. I think we'll see. And I think look at the 8 years with Obama, and look at what this president's done in a year. It didn't take him 8 years. He's done a year, and it's been remarkable what he's accomplished. And I think, and I know in South Carolina, people are excited about what he's doing and going to continue to do. Good to see you, Congressman. Thanks for coming on with us. Thank you so much, Congressman.